Hey there everyone, Lord Frigid here with another episode of Aether Raids Offense. Today we are back in the light season, and I'm happy to report that I had a very smooth experience, thanks in part to a new raiding party I got set up using none other than Mareeta. Those of you who have been following the series for a while may recall a raiding party I used once that featured Larcey. This team is essentially the same, but with Mareeta instead. It honestly plays like a speed stack Brave Ike setup. I've never been comfortable with using Ike himself because his stat spread is just not my style. I value speed and res a lot, and he doesn't have much of either of them. Mareeta, on the other hand, is blisteringly fast, stacks more stats, and has better matchups against reds like Tiborn and Eliwood, at the cost of 80% mitigation on consecutive hits and matchups against blues. Overall, I think it's an acceptable trade, and I'm very pleased with the team's performance so far. And on that note, let's go ahead and get into this week's battles. The first map is pretty simple. It's just a box setup with plenty of rally elements. Interestingly, the defense team's lead is actually Yoon, which means that Ophelia won't necessarily jump out in front of her to rally if a unit is placed on the edge of Yoon's threat range. One good approach strategy for this map is to stick a 2-range tank in one of these two spaces. The one to the left of the Dark Shrine may be safer depending on your tank's res, since it is out of the range of Chaos named. This position guarantees an attack from at least Leif, and also guarantees that Lysithea will not attack on that first enemy phase, because Renea's Refresh will go to Sothis, Yoon, or Ophelia due to the rally trap. If your tank is bulky enough, you could also just place them here. Remember that enemies with rally skills will be forced to attack if they can deal at least 5 damage, excluding special activations. As a result, your tank will probably not be taking the full might of the enemy forces, but they will at least receive attacks from Lysithea and Leif, who don't have rallies to begin with. It's also possible to snipe Ophelia or Yoon from over the buildings here. After a refresh and reposition operation, your unit will still be in the range of Leif, but it's still potentially safer as there will be less enemies to deal with. Mareeta should be able to handle this map pretty handily, so I'll just go ahead and send her in here. I'll need to get my units arranged in such a way as to take out the Catapult and Blue Lion banner on the first player phase. And so, oh, never mind. Scratch that, make it just the Blue Lion banner. I forgot that my own Catapult would destroy the enemy Catapult. That's totally fine. It doesn't really affect me at all. I'll still be able to initiate turn 2 as expected. So to kick things off here, I'm just going to have Mareeta wait and then refresh her with Peony to provide +3 field buffs. She has a speed debuff. That's, oh, from Yoon's Chaos names. Never mind. That's not going to be a factor after this. I'll just have her take out Lysithea. 2 hits, charges up Aether a little bit, and then afterwards I will be able to plant Lucina to the right of the defense fort. And we'll have to see how the enemy chooses to rally here. Okay, Yoon goes first. Oh, interesting. So Renea refreshes, blocking off the only space Ophelia would have been able to attack Mareeta from. So looks like Sothis attacks first, and then I'm going to have the combat from Leif. So we'll see. Since Mareeta charged up Aether by 2 from attacking Lysithea, she gets Aether instantly here, and heals up all the damage Sothis dealt to her. So Leif, ooh, 223s. That'll, actually, how much is this? Oh wow, that puts her below half for a whole 3 seconds. She will heal most of that right up. That's nice, very nice. And now actually I think what my plan is, I need to take out Ophelia. Well, I don't need to, but it would be nice to take out Ophelia so I don't have to take the AoE special. And then, let's see, Yoon won't want to attack Mareeta unless she has to. So let me, I think if I put Lucina in Renea's range. Let me actually double check here. 42 speed. Yeah, if I give Lucina a refresh from Peony, then Renea won't double her. And then I can, once Yoon rallies Renea, then Renea will attack Lucina. That'll be totally fun. It'll allow me to pick up some Aether structures on the next couple turns here. I think I'll have Air take out the Aether Fountain, and then have Mareeta take on Yoon, which should allow me to take out the Aether Amphore on the next turn, since I do have enough HP on Lucina to allow her to take another round of combat with Renea. So let me go ahead and get that set up. Again, I do need to apply some field buffs. Let me go ahead and have Peony refresh from here, and then Lucina can block Renea's access to Peony by just walking in front of her. So, one more attack from Renea. Ooh, that's a lot less damage this time. I like that. And then, on the next turn, I can have Mareeta take out the Aether Amphore. So let me go ahead and just pick that up real quick. And then I can have a combination of Lucina and Air take out Renea. And that will finish up this map quite nicely.
Death's caress.
The second map is a rally trap setup. It's a little difficult to tell how exactly the trap operates, but if you stick a unit in Eliwood's range, either Julia or Bramimond will provide rally attack to him and get refreshed by legendary Azura. With the increased movement, they will be able to attack your unit as well. The biggest weakness of this map is how easy it is to get to the refreshers. Particularly, breaking the catapult allows you to bait Azura with a unit that she can deal at least 5 damage to. This works because Julia will provide rally attack, but Azura will not refresh. So Julia will receive a refresh from Sylvia instead, which does not increase her movement at all. Hopefully, this gives you enough flexibility to deal with the advancing enemies. In an ideal situation, you would also be able to bait Eliwood and Bramimond down the right-hand side while Julia advances towards the left, though this is obviously dependent on your team's composition. I'm going to go ahead and send in the Aether raiding party for this map. I will need to kick things off by doing some quick positioning adjustments. Basically, I need to make sure that I can have air break the face statue and the concert hall on the first turn, and after that, Robin will use the Gentle Dream bonus to warp to Azura. And that sets me up for a turn 2 trap test. And what I'll do for that is, well, actually I'll first wait for the player phase. Then I'll move air up a single space, refresher with Peony, providing Gentle Dream again, which is very important, as you will see in a bit. Air tests the trap, and then Sita repositions Robin, and then I can refresh air again here, allowing her to warp Sita and get Sita out of the enemy range to safety. Now I do need to take one more turn of setup, and that is so I can make sure I can get Robin in position to smite Azura up 2 spaces, because she is going to be taking out Sylvia and Eliwood, a very, very important component to this clear here. So I'll just hit end turn, and I should be ready to go. Azura got hit with debuffs. Let me just make sure, double check what those are. Okay, just Dark Shrine, that's fine. Smite her up 2 spaces. She should be able to take out Sylvia no problem, and she does. 2 46s, that'll do the trick. And unfortunately, she doesn't actually have the speed to take out Eliwood as she is right now, but what I can do for that is I can reposition Sita up 2 spaces, have her move up another 2 spaces, and then refresh her with Peony, and that puts Peony in the same column as Azura and provides a +3 buff, which is just the ticket. So Azura will take down Eliwood with 2 48s, and here's the fun thing coming up here. Yoon, her attack Death Bond prevents Sita from one-shotting her. She actually comes 1 damage shy, so she's able to get the 2 HKO and activate Gale Force, and then go on to trap Bramimond and take down Julia, leaving the enemy legendary Azura as the only remaining unit who can actually attack. She should go after my Azura, since my Azura cannot counterattack her. That's no problem. I don't think she deals... yeah, no, she doesn't deal any damage. So the only damage Azura is going to take here is the burn from Fury. That's totally fine. And since she's below half HP, what I can actually do now is I can have my Azura take out the enemy legendary Azura, and then I will have my Sita take out the Aether Fountain, and then to keep Bramimond trapped, I'll have my Peony warp to my Azura, and then just move my Azura back over to the right 1 space to make sure he can't move anywhere or attack anyone. So, okay, she can't KO Bramimond, that's totally fine. I'll just have somebody do it on the next turn, and I probably should have taken out the Aether Amphore since she wasn't attacking Bramimond. Oh well. I could just have air do that here, actually. I'll have Robin smite her up 2 spaces to get to take care of that, just in case I need my refresher power. And provide Gentle Dream, and let's see. Oh wow, she actually won 2 HKOs him. That's nice. Power effective flight, I guess. Today's final map is another box-ish setup using Eliwood and Mia to make the enemies more difficult to approach. Notably, their large range makes it difficult to get close, and the Def and Res stack on Eliwood makes it difficult to secure a KO, even if you do manage to get a unit in. Yoon carries Harsh Command Plus, probably to remove panic from Mia, and of course, if you manage to get through the cavalry, there's still Kagero and Bramimond lurking in the back. One of the map's weaknesses is the pair of defense tiles. With the exception of Bramimond, all the map's heavy hitters target death. If you apply a debuff to Mia or Kagero, you can ensure that Azura's refresh will not go to Bramimond, and place a high-def tank on one of them. Eliwood will prefer to attack from the other defense tile, so your unit will still be on one after his lunge. The potential snag with this strategy is Kagero, whose follow-up prevention, mitigation, and double poison strike may prove difficult to deal with unless your unit can break through or neutralize sturdy impact. Another potential approach option is to break the duo's hindrance structure, which will allow Kagero to target the space below the defense fortress. If you can apply a debuff to her, or survive the poison strike damage and KO her on the second round, you will ensure that only Kagero will attack you on that first enemy phase. After that, the remaining foes will advance, which, among other things, allows you to fight Eliwood and Mia on the player phase, when they are much less threatening. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and send in the Mareeta team for this battle. Now this is an interesting case where the catapult actually helps me. I don't think I've had many cases where that happens. It's going to break the duo's hindrance structure and allow me to place Mareeta under the fortress defense, and Kagero will attack. So let me just get some field buffs and break this statue. Breaking the statue is very important for next turn. Let me go ahead and move air over 2 spaces. And now I'm expecting a harsh command from Yoon, after which Kagero should attack and fall to an Aether. Mareeta's sword will neutralize sturdy impact. And because I have Air and Peony, who Eliwood and Mia can deal the most damage to, in the same column as them, they should move straight down here. Let me go ahead and just... perfect. Now, unfortunately, Mareeta can't KO Eliwood without significant amounts of support, so let me put Lucina here and chip with Air. Very, very important here. That will allow her to 2H KO him after I smite Air over to the side with Robin, so that Mareeta can be alone, so she gets the bonuses from her sword and all that good stuff. So, close call will drag her straight back so Peony can provide a refresh, which allows her to take out Mia. And once she does that, close call will activate again, putting her back into the support range of Ger Skogul, and allowing her to escape the range of Bramimond. Now, I don't think that's really super necessary. Yoon will go down to a one-hit KO here and get her Aether fully charged. I don't know how much damage Bramimond deals, but it's definitely less than 40. So let's go ahead and... Oh, what? You coward! Alright, that's fine. She gets to hit you in the face anyway, that's fine. Totally fine. Aether will take him right out. And after that, I just need to figure out how I get the Aether structures. Let me see. I think I just move Lucina, have Air take out the fountain, and then I can break this and have Peony refresh Mareeta to take out the Fae statue, and I'll just travel up the left-hand side with either Robin or Mareeta. Okay, so Azura goes that way. Let me take a look here. Actually, I definitely need to break this fence. And then... Mareeta doesn't KO Azura. Although, actually, wait. What I can do, actually, is reposition Peony over here. Refreshing Robin from this location will give Lucina the Gentle Dream bonus of +3 speed. So, yes, Lucina will not double Azura, and Azura will not double Lucina. So I can actually break the catapult and draw Azura straight down by putting Lucina at the edge of her range. And now, on the next turn, I will be able to have Robin take out the Aether Amphore. So... yeah, that's perfectly fine, actually. Lucina wins that matchup, wins that exchange, rather, quite handily. Yes. So, Robin takes out the Aether Amphore, then maybe have Lucina retreat somehow? Understood. Or, wait. I have 4 units versus 1 Azura. Come on, me, use your brain. And that is it! I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Aether Raids Offense. I had a lot of fun testing out the new Mareeta team. I think this rounds out my set of 3 score-focused teams quite nicely. Sure, all the 3 depend heavily on a red unit, but I think I can live with that. Next week, I will continue using Robin as my bonus unit in Astra Season, which is a little unfortunate since it would be really nice to have a 2-range bonus unit, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll see you all again in a week for another Aether Raids Offense video. So until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.